smashing, isn't it? Yeah, it's great. Hey, let's try the doors. Right. Hey, they work. Great. It's lovely. Hey, what about these two pieces over here? There must be pieces 26 and 27. Shelves, yeah, that's right. Shelves. They fit into slots A and B. A and B, yeah. Are you sure? That's what it says here. Oh, what? Oh, Myra. Oh, what is it? It can't be as bad as all that. It says we should have put the doors on last. Oh. Oh, well, we can always take them off while we put the shelves in, can't we? How can we? We've glued the top on. Oh, yeah, we have. Oh, was you really set on having the shelves? I mean, you really wanted them in. Oh, yeah, it's not much good if there's nothing to put anything on, is there? No. Let's try around the back here. Yeah. Let's go in this way. Oh, no. No, the grooves start the other end. Oh, how about trying them on the side? Hey, no, they look daft. Still looks smashing apart from that, doesn't it? Yeah, Jerry'll fix it. Yeah, when Jerry sees it, he'll probably want to fix something. Here, Mrs. Barlow, cornflakes, tea, sugar, butter. Oh, thanks. Oh. I must say, you're a big improvement on Florrie's last assistant. Oh, do you mean Dennis Tanner? Yeah. You never knew what you were going to get when he was serving. Didn't matter what you ordered, you just got what he thought you should have. Oh, he sounds a bit of a weirdo. You're telling me. Are you looking for something, Irma? Yes, Mrs. Linley. I know I've seen the firelighter somewhere, but I can't remember where. In the back. Oh, why, that's right. Hold me a minute, Mrs. Barlow. You must be quite pleased with your new assistant after the last one. Oh, there's no comparison. Do you know she spends a couple of nights a week learning the prices? Sounds just the kind of girl you wanted. Yeah. I could do with Dennis Tanner if he didn't think the whole world revolved round him. Here we are. Thanks, love. That's 14 and 9 altogether, love. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Change. Thanks. Good time. Bye. Bye, Florrie.
I want a word with you.
Oh?
What about the mission?
The mission? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's high time some folk round here took a bit more interest.
Mrs. Sharples, the mission's no concern of mine.
Oh, so that's your attitude, is it?
No, it's just that I've got quite enough to do as it is.
And I suppose you're too busy with shop.
Well, I haven't given it much thought.
No, that's half the trouble round here. Well, it's no good as having a mission here if it's only used for committee meetings and children's parties.
Well, what do you suggest, Mrs. Sharples?
Well, you could start by using it on a Sunday, couldn't you? And you, too.
Well, I might be able to manage.
And I want no half promises either. The way you're going on, you're asking for trouble.
Trouble?
Yes, trouble.
Mrs. Sharples, if it means so much to you, I might be able to come, but I can't say I'm going to be in trouble if I can't manage.
I'll tell you. You're just asking for eternal damnation, and don't come crying to me if it happens.
I suppose you'll be in the other place by then.
I want a jar of meat paste.
Large or small?
Now, look, I'm not giving a party.
A small jar it is, then.
Well, you can put that right back for a start. I'm not paying through the nose for a fancy label.
How do you mean?
Well, you've got a special offer at Winder, haven't you? I'll take that.
Small jar it is. We've got a special on tin spaghetti. Would you like some of that or no?
I've got what I come for.
Well, they say it's very good for the figure. That's just right, Mrs. Sharples. Ta-ra.
Hello,
Hey,
Mrs.
I hope you've made no plans for Sunday. I'm expecting to see you at the mission.
Eh? Oh, well, it's all right now, Mrs. Barlow, but you'll have to be careful with these pipes, you know.
Oh, they seem to clog up so easily. What was it?
Oh, same as usual, all bits of food and rubbish and muck, you know.
Oh, well, I'll have to be more careful. Thanks for coming round.
Ah, you're welcome. By the heck, that smells good. Cooking, it smells right appetising.
Oh, yes, it's something special. I thought I'd give Ken a bit of a treat as it's his first day at college.
Ah, Martha's making me a steak and kidney pudding today.
Oh, that's a bit heavy for Ken. It's nice, though.
Well, it's my favourite.
Oh, that's why she calls me Pudding.
Right, well, I'll be off then. Ta-da.
Right, tell her.
Hello, Jenny. Hello, fella. Here, Jenny, you've saved me a trip, lad.
All right.
Hi, I was going to come round to your house a bit later on with a bill for the furniture.
Oh, you got it with you then?
Oh, here you are.
Oh, well, that seems fair enough.
Oh, well, there's no rush. You know about paying, or a couple of weeks will do.
Right, well, I'll see you then.
Right.
Ta-da.
Ta-da, lad. Hey, what's cooking?
It's Italian. I thought I'd try it.
Well, I'm prepared to risk it if I can find a place at the table.
Oh, are you?
Ah.
Dad,
Hmm?
they both seem to be spending a lot lately, don't they?
Oh, I wouldn't say that, love.
Well, they seem to be buying things all the time.
Well, they haven't been married long, don't forget.
Well, that's what I mean. As far as I can see, they haven't stopped spending since they moved into number 13.
Yeah, there's no wrong with that. I mean, look at the way Ida and I scrimped and scraped for years. I felt that's how good it did us in the end.
Oh, there's Ken.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, Ken, lad. We've been waiting for you. Hey, I say you get home a bit later now, don't you, than you did at Bessie's Feet?
Well, it's not exactly around the corner, is it? Wonder why it is that buses never connect. I think they must schedule them to miss each other by minutes.
I'll see. It's been one of those sort of days.
Hello, love.
Well, there's been plenty to do, if that's what you mean.
I won't say another word about it, lad.
Oh.
Well, how was it? Did you like the college?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, I hope this is all right. It's Italian.
Yeah, well, all right, love. Right now, all I'd like is a cup of tea.
2 dozen tins of tomato soup.
Good evening, Mrs. Lindley. So this is the new assistant.
Oh, Irma, this is Dennis Tanner. Oh, really? I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, well, you know how folk talk. As a matter of fact, I've been meaning to come in and give you a hand, but I've been kept so busy at the club.
Give me a hand.
Yeah, I know how confusing it must be for you not knowing where everything is and how much it costs. I'd have been just the same if it hadn't have been for my system. Oh, you know I helped out when Mrs. Lindley was desperate.
Ah, it was mentioned.
It was just fortunate that I was waiting for the club to open, wasn't it, Mrs. Lindley?
Oh, yes, it was. I'll be with you in a minute.
Now, it shouldn't be too hard for a bright girl like you, especially if I let you in on a few tricks of the trade.
Oh, you know a few tricks, then.
It's the only way. Now, for a start, forget all about the different sizes and weights. All you've got to do is give everything in pounds and serve one size of tin stuff. That way you cut out half the work to start off with.
Get away.
Oh, you're doing them a favour. Half the time they don't know what they want, so all you've got to do is slap it in a bag. A pound of everything loose and a big size of everything else.
That's very interesting.
The perfect system.
Do you know something? I've heard about people like you, but I never thought I'd actually meet one.
Eh?
Now, is there anything I can get you, seeing as you took the trouble to drop by?
I'll have some chocolate biscuits.
Hello, Florrie. Can I have 20 fags, please, tipped, and a tin of beans? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just buying some chocolate biscuits. Now, don't panic. I'm paying for them.
Here we are. 1 big tin of chocolate biscuits.
You paying for that lot? Oh, Dennis, are you feeling all right?
Oh, it's just her little way. She's like that, aren't you?
Well, it was you that
I
said
know
all-
what I said. Never mind. Forget it.
Well, while you're here, you may as well make yourself useful. Take them tin of beans home and put them on for your tea.
Look, Mum, I've got more important things to do than cooking beans.
Look, if it's the club, it can wait now. Go on home.
Oh, never thought of that.
Oh, Mr. Tanner, thanks for the advice.
You can run along now, Emma.
Are you sure, Mrs. Lindley?
Yeah, love, I'll be closing soon.
Now, Florrie, how much do I owe you? Might as well settle it up while I'm here.
Yeah, well, that's £1.08 and 4 altogether.
Well, let's see. Now, look, here's 25 bob,
Yeah.
and you can put the other 3 and 4 on next week's bills, eh?
Okay. I don't suppose you'll be going to the club now, will you?
Well, I might look in now and then, but as far as work goes, I told him what he could do with this flaming club.
Yeah, I know. I heard you. I didn't have to get out of bed to either.
Now, look, Florrie, if you're insinuating...
blaming you, not for 1 minute. They're all alike. You can't trust them.
Not him, the two-timing...
Now, look at me that time when I won at bingo. There was I coming home, and that man with my handbag. I wouldn't have stood a chance, would I?
Oh, I suppose not.
They'll stop at nothing.
Florrie, I've been meaning to ask you, how's that cousin of yours? You know, the one that I met when I went with the London Fair Club to the Federation dance.
Oh, you mean Alan? Oh, I haven't seen much of him. Not since he got married and went to Leicester.
Married?
Aye, quite a nice girl and all. They've asked me to go a couple of times, but I've never had a chance.
Yeah, I suppose it's difficult. Well, I'll be off home.
Oh, Elsie, by the way, would you like to come to bingo with me now you're on your own at nights?
Well, thanks very much, Florrie, but no, I'm going to sit at home tonight in front of a nice, cosy fire with a good book. Pretty, you know. It wasn't so bad looking.
Oh.
That cousin of yours, Alan.
I thought the roof had fallen in.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Mrs. Sharples. It was the buckets.
Buckets? It's a bit late for that sort of thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, you did say you needed help, so I came straight from work. I didn't bother with tea because I knew there'd be a lot to do.
Ah, well, there needn't be if folk could take a bit more interest.
I think we'd better clean the windows as well as the floor.
If you think I'm risking my life cleaning windows, you're very much mistaken. I'm not standing on no chairs for nobody.
They are quite dirty, Mrs. Sharples.
Well, I'll have to stay like that until we can find some more help. And what's the panic, any road?
It's Mr. Hodges. I told you he'd be taking over the mission.
Oh, aye.
It's very important for us to make a good impression.
Yes, but that doesn't explain why you're rushing about with mops and buckets as though you expected in the next 5 minutes.
Well, I found out this afternoon. He's coming to preach his first sermon on Sunday.
On Sunday? My, come, if he's coming here on Sunday, we must get the whole of Coronation Street here and all.
Martha! Hey, Martha!
Up here, love, in the spare room.
Hey, love, tea ready, I'm fair clammed.
Tea?
Oh, you're making a steak kidney pudding.
Gosh, love, I've been so busy I forgot.
You mean there's no ready?
Well, I got carried away with making the furniture, love. I'll get you something in just a minute, you wait. Isn't it smashing?
You didn't do this, did you, love?
Yeah. Well, Lucille helped me. We spent all the afternoon on it. Do you like it?
Like it? Marty, it's flipping awful. Well, I mean, look at it. The joints are bad. The sides are crooked.
I thought you'd be pleased, Pudding.
Why couldn't you wait until I got home? Where's the shelves?
Yeah, well, I was going to mention them. We put the doors on a bit too soon.
Well, that's... You made a right mess of it, haven't you?
Oh, Pudding.
It's going to take me all flipping night pulling this to pieces.
Hey, you're not going to take it apart again.
It's no use like that, love. Suppose I can't do out with it.
Well, you can. We could cut a bit off the shelves and we could put them in and then we could try and glue them together.
How about trying to go and get me some tea, eh?
Are you hungry, love? Oh, I won't be a tick. Jerry?
Aye?
I forgot to get anything in for your tea. I'll have to go round to Mrs. Lindley's. I won't be long, though.
Well, that feels better.
Well, thank heavens for that. Listen, you don't seem very happy with your new job.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. It's just that there's a lot more to college teaching than I expected.
You're not sorry you changed, are you?
Oh, no. But after teaching kids for so long, I realise I've been taking a lot of things for granted.
What things?
Well, such as teachers always right.
How do you mean, Ken?
Well, instead of kids, I now face in class those pretty keen teenagers, and it's not just a question of stating basic facts anymore. They want to know why, which, and how. Took a class of 18-year-olds this afternoon. You should have heard some of the questions they asked, and they caught me out more than once.
Well, doesn't that show they're interested?
Oh, yeah, but if I'm going to keep that interest, I've got to do a lot more lesson research. You know, it came as quite a shock to find out I didn't know all the answers.
How about the 18-year-old girls? Were they interested?
Oh, they were fascinated.
Well, then, it can't have been all that bad a day.
You're kidding. Everything's hip, fab, dead gear and kinky, and after an hour with them, you feel you need a new dictionary.
Hello, can I come in?
Hello.
Yeah, of course you can. Let's get out of some more, but see how you like the new school.
Oh, I don't know if I should approve of that.
Oh, go on, what's it like?
Well, it's very different from Bessie Street.
It couldn't be much worse, could it? What are the kids like?
They're different, too. A bit more extreme, but not as cheeky.
I bet they have more fun. One of the girls was telling me as they have dances.
Oh, yes, that's one of the things Val and I'll have to go to. Union dance, once a month.
Wish I would dump and think of things like that. All they think about is rotten homework.
Which you don't do.
I only get rotten marks, so what's the point anyway?
Then you ought to spend a little more time at it.
You've been talking to me, Dad, haven't you? I suppose I better go then.
Yes, you'd better.
Try. Hey, do you mean that about the dance? About us having to go? Oh, it'll be all teenagers.
No, I don't know. No, a lot of the teachers and the wives seem to go. It's more or less expected.
Oh.
It should be very enjoyable, really. Hey, I was just thinking about the old university dancers. Ooh, there used to be some gorgeous girls there. Number one that I used to dance with a lot. She had long blonde hair and a beautiful body. And every time we danced, she used to put both arms round my neck and do you know what?
What?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, you wrong.
Get off the silly.
I fancy Spain or Italy, but I don't know what Jerry would say.
Well, won't it be very expensive, though?
Make a lovely holiday, though. Hey, I can just see Jerry chasing off all those Italian men. Oh, heck, his tea. If I don't get it, he'll be chasing me. Put it in the boot for me, will you?
Oh, Myra, love, well, it's about your bill. It's nearly £2, and then there's these.
Oh, heck, is it? It mounts up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That's why I thought I'd better tell you.
Well, I'll have to settle it. Could I pop in a bit later in the week? Is that all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried, really. You know, it's just that I thought I'd like you to know.
Yeah, OK. Bye-bye.
Hello, my love. Here, how's the furniture?
Well, I had a bit of trouble, but Jerry's fixing it.
Oh, it shouldn't be any bother. Hey, by the way, I saw Jerry earlier this evening and I gave him the bill for the furniture, but there's no rush.
Oh, right, thanks. Moustache, bye.
Well, love. Hello, Florrie. Now then,
Frank,
Hmm?
how much do the bills owe for the furniture?
About £25. Why?
Well, Myra's bill's over £2 with me, and she seemed to have trouble paying that. There's your run, Mr. Tatlow.
I'll start.
Thank you, dear. You know, Elsie, it's so nice seeing you spend a quiet evening in here.
Quiet, I'm fed up to the back teeth.
I expect you will feel it a bit of a loss, dear, especially with Dennis working at nights.
Aye.
I know how I felt in the war when Jack was away. It was just the same. And do you know, it was ages before I found the answer. A quiet evening at home with a good book. It worked absolute wonders.
Aye, that's what I was thinking of doing, stopping in with a good book in front of a cosy fire. Didn't get past the second chapter of Peyton Place.
Didn't you?
By the way, will Len be in tonight?
Len, no, haven't you heard, love? He's taken a couple of days off to go and visit Stanley.
Even though the flaming paper's not worth reading.
Mrs. Walker?
Oh,
Usual,
hello.
please, to make that, dear.
Yes, of course.
I wonder if I could have 2 bottles of milk stacked, please.
Yes.
Well, I'll be blowed. I never thought I'd see you shopping stout at local.
Hey, how about having one with us, Miss Nugent?
Oh, no, I can't. They're not really for me. They're for Mrs. Sharples at the mission.
Oh, you want them to take out, love?
Oh, yes,
Oh,
yes, please.
right.
What's up with Nina Sharples any road? Drinking on her own now, is she?
Oh, no. The stout's more in the form of refreshments. You see, Mrs. Caldwell and I are helping to clean the mission. There's such a lot to be done. I thought some refreshments would help to keep the spirits up.
That is thoughtful of you. Well, that'll do, love, and I'll carry that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Darling? Thank you, dear.
Well, what is all this fuss about at Mission, any road?
Oh, we must have it ready by Sunday. The new preacher, Mr. Hodges, will be giving his first service, and first impressions are very important.
There you are, dear.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye,
Ta-ra.
Miss Nugent, dear.
Oh, so that's what Nina Sharples were getting worked up about. Oh, my God, why didn't she say something?
How do you mean, Albert?
Well, it's pretty obvious. This fella Hodges, you know, he's got a right reputation. I reckon Nina will have to watch her step. He's closed more than one place down.
Oh, but surely he couldn't close our mission down.
Wouldn't he? He might if he doesn't get a good crowd.
No, heck. That'll mean another purge. Mrs. Sharples will be marching us all down there on a Sunday morning.
Aye. Elsie, have you heard about this new preacher at Mission?
No.
Well, you better watch it, love. She'll be roping you in for Sunday service.
Aye, proper character, I believe. Full of fire and brimstone.
It's just about time something like that happened round here. This place is beginning to feel like a graveyard.
It's about time you showed your face.
Why, I've got other things to do, you know.
Oh, have you? I suppose we're last on your list.
Gum, you haven't done much, have you?
No, we've been hanging back, so there'll leave some for you to do. Come on, you can get on with this.
Well, give me time to get me coat off.
Oh, Mrs. Longhurst. I am glad you were able to come.
Like, there must have been some rough words round here if she hadn't.
Here's the milk stout, Mrs. Sharples. You know, now that Mrs. Longhurst's here, I do think we can get the windows cleaned as well.
It'll take more than milk stout to get me on windows.
It would be nice, though, Ena. Perhaps Martha could do them. You what? Well, you always do the windows at the Rovers, Martha. And what's that got to do with it? I suppose you're just going to sit yourself down and watch.
Well, we're going to get an out then if you're going to stand around and talk about it all night.
Well, well, well. And here's me thinking you have it all finished by this time. Don't tell me you've come to do some scrubbing. I'll do that, love. This seems to be the only place where there's out happening tonight.
Your services have been most welcome, Mrs. Tanner. We've only got until Sunday to get the cleaning done.
No, love, I just think I'll sit here and watch.
Now, look here, Elsie, Tanner, we are not putting on a floor show for your benefit.
No, but from what I hear, you're putting on one for the new preacher, aren't you? Hey, don't you come that game with us. No.
If you're talking about a bigger congregation, you're right. And I shall expect you here and all.
Well, there's no harm in hoping, is there?
I said expect, not hope.
Will you be playing the organ?
What's that got to do with it?
Oh, forget it. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Chica there.
She wants to watch her step as she finds herself landed with more trouble than she can handle.
She did seem a bit depressed, though.
Yes, and so will I if I don't see some work going on round here. Come on.
And just what might you be going to do?
Me? I'm going to start opening these bottles. Have you any objection?
Martha, would you like to scrub while I'm off?
No, I wouldn't. I will say one thing for Ena Sharples. She always knows best time to do something else. Well, what is done in there for? Get weaving and get moving. Where's Tony?
Tony? Oh, he's not with us now.
Oh, he didn't stay very long, did he?
You remember, darling?
No, but I used to work here.
You can't come in unless you get signed up.
All right, where do I sign?
Won't take a minute. Name?
Elsie Tanner.
Age?
What's that got to do with it?
I never know. I mean, you might be underage. Shall we say 25?
Shall we?
Address?
11 Coronation Street.
Oh. Local, are you? Just sign at the bottom.
Right, now how much to get in?
Well, you can't come in. Not till you've been a member for 24 hours.
Well, you big daft apeth, why didn't you say so in the first place?
Mind you, I haven't put the date in yet. I suppose I could put yesterday's.
Well, do it, eh?
We have to be very careful, darling. I mean, for all I know, you could be wearing regulation bloomers.
You know, you're in the wrong place. You ought to be in the floor show.
I'm working on it. Right. There we are. All we need now is one more signature, and you'll be able to give me some money, won't you? Gus!
Yes, what is it?
New member.
Hello, Elsie. I didn't expect to see you here.
Ma'am, you come to see the show? I've got a belter laid on
I
tonight.
just thought I'd pop in just as a customer for a minute, you know.
Just needs a witness, Mr. Loman.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that's no use. She can't be a member.
You what?
I'm sorry, Elsie. It's the rules.
But Gus, it's me mum.
Employees who leave the club without giving notice aren't allowed membership.
Well, that's a bit much. You know why I left, Gus.
I can't go against the rules.
Oh, can't you? You know what happened with Mr. Lorry Fane inflation, and I have to take the blame for it.
I'm sorry, Elsie.
Oh, are you? Well, for all I care, you can keep your lousy club and the lousy street and all of it. For 2 pins, I'd leave the place for good.
Now, there's no need to go on like that. You know the rules as well as
I'm
anyone else.
going, Dennis. I'm going to our Linda in Canada. And this time I'm not joking.
Mum, you can't. What do you mean you go to Ellen? Gus, do something. Well, do something. She can't leave me.